So can we start with introducing yourself?
My name is Mirco Renfer. I'm the Vice President for United Cargo in Asia Pacific, based in Hong Kong. I'm doing this now since 11 years, being based over here before. Working for United, I was in charge of Europe, Middle East and Africa, based in Frankfurt for 8 years. So technically it's only my second job. So a long time already with the company. I just celebrated now 20 years with the company. Yeah.
Great. So coming to my first question, Asia Pacific continues to be a major growth engine for global air cargo. What are the key factors driving United Cargo's growth strategy across the region?
That's a good question because first of all, Asia Pacific was the last region that came out of the COVID period.
Right.
So United started to immediately expand the network again into Europe, into Africa, into the Middle East, also Latin America. So Asia came a little bit later. And then we had the challenge because United used to be by far the biggest US flag carrier flying into mainland China. We had in top times, we had up to 12 daily flights. But because of political reasons, we were not allowed to do this anymore. So it took us a little bit longer, but also helped us diversify the network a little bit. So we started to fly more to Taiwan. We started to fly more into Korea. Started to fly wide-body services into the Philippines. We added more Australia flights. We added more flights going into New Zealand as well. So it just helped us really to diversify our entire network across the region. What took a little bit longer, but now we are bigger than we used to be pre-COVID times.
Great. So like if you talk about e-commerce, electronics, pharma, and high-value shipments, which cargo segments are showing the strongest momentum for United Cargo in Asia Pacific?
Artificial intelligence and the electronics. Yeah, that is the driver right now. That is what everybody talks about. I mean, you had the traditional components, as you just mentioned before. You had the electronics, also e-commerce. We were never that big on e-commerce. We were more concentrating on usual hard freight, such as the electronics. But then on top of that, that growth that happened on the artificial intelligence products that came across was sustainable. Then also we have a lot of more pharmaceuticals now that we are shipping, because we do fantastically well across the Atlantic,
Right.
on the pharmaceutical side. So now we're starting to look at these products as well, starting to grow them. But I would say for us, driver, electronics, artificial intelligence product, that's the driver of us and United.
China remains a critical global manufacturing and export hub. How does United Cargo view the China market outlook and evolving trade lanes in 2026 and beyond?
For me, it's an amazing market. I mean, when the de minimis rule was scrapped,
Right.
everybody thought almost that's the end of the world. All these volumes from the e-commerce company, they basically disappeared overnight. They went down to zero at the beginning, then they recovered a little bit to 10%, 20%, 30%, but it never reached that level that it used to be before. So a lot of companies, including also at United, we became a little bit nervous what's now next coming. But China is amazing because they can reinvent the wheel basically overnight, because the volumes that you see now on the finished products that are happening again, going out of China, are not surpassing the volumes that used to be before, but it's such a strong demand. We also see a lot of shifting coming back to China again in finishing products. A lot of companies started to move their manufacturing to India. They start to move to Southeast Asia. But also we see now some of the shifting is also coming back again into China. Because I think it's very, very hard to replace China just purely from a labor perspective, also from a knowledge perspective. They're great trained people. And then also the infrastructure. Nobody has the infrastructure that China has. All these airports that are super functional, the road expansions that they had, the train system, the warehousing, everything is there. Everything works very well. And that's the reason why China reinvented the wheel and came back very, very strong in 2026. And I think even beyond.
All right. So what recent network development, route expansion, or capacity enhancement have strengthened United Cargo's position in the market?
As I mentioned at the beginning, that we diversified much more our network. For us, it was very, very nice. Last year in October, we restarted to fly into Thailand again. So we have a Bangkok service. We restarted as well into Vietnam. So we have a service going into Ho Chi Minh City that we didn't have for many years. And we are expanding more. By September this year, we're going to start flying from Seoul to New York. It's also first time for us. It's going to be our third flight into Korea. We were many years. We were just one flight a day into Korea. Now we go to 3. We're going to add more capacity into Narita. We're going to have a Narita Chicago starting in October. And we're also going to start flying first time into Sapporo by December. That unfortunately is only a seasonal service, but we are happy about every capacity that we get. So we are, as I mentioned also before, we are much larger than we used to be pre-COVID. What really brings us to be the biggest carrier, Transpacific, by far.
How are partnerships with freight forwarders, logistic providers, and industry stakeholders helping United Cargo expand connectivity and customer solution in Asia?
Oh, that's the most important thing. I mean, our partners that we have, if it's the freight forwarders, if it's even the vendors that we have, partnership is everything. I mean, that is helping us as a company to grow. That is our focus also as a company. That's our daily bread and butter. I mean, we need to have these partnerships to survive in all the markets. That's also the reason we're here. It's all about building and maintaining our relationship that we have with all the partners across the globe. Most important thing for us.
So you have been continuously investing in specialized solutions such as temperature control and critical shipments. How are these services evolving to meet Asia Pacific customers' needs?
We are very strong on the Trans-Pacific lanes. We are also strong from the US back into Asia on our temperature control business. So our vice president that is running that, Manu Jacobs, is always coming to Asia Pacific to grow this area as well. And it's one of our major focuses now from now on to the future, because that is really where we can do better. As United, we can definitely do better out of Asia Pacific in moving temperature control or any of the specialty products that we have. It's a big target for us to grow. There is not that much demand, but the great thing about at United, because we gain so much knowledge by the other regions that are doing just fantastic in learning from them, and also getting their expertise into the Asia Pacific market in growing that business for United. So you will see much more to come for United in the years to come out of Asia Pacific.
What about the fleet expansion? Are you planning to new fleets?
We receive, don't take me by the number exactly, but I think we receive every 3 days, we receive a new aircraft. Currently. We had biggest order books on the narrow body side. We had biggest order books on the wide body side. I mean, we had 100 new wide body planes coming in. That's all 787-9s. I think we have another option of another 100. I think we are expecting up to like 12 new wide bodies. The great thing is, at the moment, they're all extensions to the fleet. So there are no plans to park airplanes or to retire airplanes. So there's all extensions. In the near future, I guess, in the next couple of years, some of these new airplanes will be replacing older types of the fleet. But United is subject to growth. I mean, the CEO, Scott Kirby, he has a clear mission. He is growing that airline big time, and we can be happy to participate out of this.
As global supply chains continue to diversify, what opportunities and challenges do you foresee for Trans-Pacific cargo flows between Asia and North America?
It's all about capacity question, right? I mean, we still know that the demand out of Asia Pacific is bypassing the supply that you have, right? So it is to fly to the right place. Another problem that we see right now in flying to places in Southeast Asia is that airports are congested. It's very congested. Roads are congested. Warehouses are not there. So there still needs a lot of work that happens or needs to happen in these markets to pick up with the pace of the growth, because so much of the manufacturing is moving into Southeast Asia, but just all the components to run that business are not yet there. As said, we have issues with getting our cargo handled in time. We have issues with getting our cargo just to run out to the aircraft in time, because the growth is so much faster than the supply that is over there. So that is driving a little bit of our issues, and they're out of our control. So we can just partner with them, trying to ask for help in seeing what is possible. But at the end of the day, we are really like subject to governments to help us to grow all of that.
Right. I think that is all. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.